Alright, show of hands. How many of y'all can honestly say that you love animation? Not just like animation, not just appreciate animation, but f***ing love animation. Oh yeah, keep giving those keyframes, baby. I give it so hard. In between. Oh, I love these questions straight. Oh yeah, keep doing those long hours like carpal tunnel. Oh. Granted, I've always been a proponent of the idea that you don't have to psychoanalyze your favorite things in order to enjoy them. Like, you can enjoy hot dogs without caring where they came from, and you can still enjoy iCarly while knowing that Ned's Declassified was a much better show. Like, I'm all for art for the sake of art, you know, but also, it's okay to just consume things, yeah? What does kind of piss me off, though, is marketing. Particularly marketing for animation. Even more particularly, folks with no genuine interest in marketing pretending they know fuck all about how the industry works. AKA me on an off day. So, in case you're wondering, the cool thing amongst kids these days is to go online and leave angry comments about original animated movies not having any advertising on the movie's advertising. Now, putting aside that paradoxical statement for a sec, I was inclined to believe it. However, something happened to me in the last couple of months that completely blew my mind. One day, I'm taking a trip downtown for unspecified reasons, and lo and behold, what do I see but a shit ton of advertising for the movies Elemental and Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. Two movies which, according to the animation fans, received very little marketing. Coupled with the fact that I actually did see the trailers and the TV spots and the social media posts all over the main digital platforms, that got me wondering, are the random people online lying? That said, I still want to give you fuckers the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to be all gotcha, you were wrong, I was right, ha 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 moment on you guys, cause that would just make me look immature and petty, and I would never do something like that without research. So I'm thinking, why are all these original animated movies seemingly getting shafted by the marketing department? Did the studios just give up on them? Are they deliberately setting them up to fail? Is Bob Chapek really responsible for every single problem in this world? These are the questions and more I sought out to answer. Now, full disclaimer, I am not a marketing guru YouTuber by any means necessary, okay? I actually have fucking standards. Any of the insights here that I pull out of my ass is coming from a guy who's only done brief work as a marketing team's graphic designer, the secondhand testimonies of people I've never met before, and a single day's worth of research on film advertising, so make of that what you will. Okay, so here's how marketing for movies generally works. You got your studio baby that does all the actual hard work of making the literal movie. The baby's parents comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes and quantifiers, but typically you have one producer parent and one distributor parent. Or you have one parent that's basically both because you're just that fucking rich. One day their adorable bundle of ADHD wants to make an animated movie, and because producer parent thinks their kid will be the next Scorsese, they start funneling all this money to get their kid the tools, workspace, and time they need to get their kid's work going. At the same time, distributor parent will market the movie and cut deals with the local school to have their kid's movie screened in hopes that all the other kid studios will get all demoralized and kill themselves. Everyone gets a share of the profits, and they do it all over again. Now, right away, I can see y'all brandishing your torches and lighting up the distributor's ass because, as I said, they're the reason that your beloved animated movies don't get marketed, right? Surely they fucked your kids over and hung them out to dry, right? Well, I'm not so sure. And the reason for that is actually quite simple. Distributors, like any other greedy little bitch in the industry, want to make money. And here's the thing, you don't make money if you don't market it. They aren't some boogeyman trying to conspire the downfall of an entire creative medium, I think. That would just be economically unsound. One thing I've learned in that single day of research is that a studio's marketing budget and its actual production budget are treated as separate entities, and that a distributor parent can pay anywhere between 50% to 150% of producer parent's money to get their kid's film shown at the next school assembly. You don't drop that kind of coin on a whim, dude. A movie generally needs to gross out 3 times their total budget, give or take, to be winner winner chicken dinner, and that typically upscales. Cheap movie, less ads. Pricey movie, more ads. In both cases, you're less likely to lose out. And if you're Spider-Verse and you got that thick, long, pre-existing IP to stroke, then yeah, distributor parent will be more comfortable to pimp you out. So what happens when you're Strange World, Elemental, or Ruby Gillman and you're an expensive original movie that takes forever to make? AKA the three things the entertainment world spits on. Basically, you play the long game. Here's the deal. Whenever Mickey or whoever this DreamWorks kid is wants to make a movie, they play tug of war with their parents until they can all compromise on a movie that A, has artistic integrity, B, they can afford to make, and C, people will actually pay to watch. Number C is important here because I think there's this misconception going around that films get made en masse in a sweatshop and that's the very first time marketers ever see the product before putting it all on the shelf. That is definitely not the case. As it turns out, distributor parent actually has a hand in greenlighting their kids' projects, and then they work with their advertising gurus, Al, Gore, and Rhythm, to launch a marketing campaign long before the movie ever drops. Did y'all know that Disney tried to be all sly back in the day by running TV segments of marine biology to get kids hyped up for Finding Nemo? Yeah, me neither. Granted, not everyone has deep enough pockets to pull off a scheme like that. But the point I'm trying to make is that your parents want you to crush the competition. They want to believe that their test tube prodigy baby injected with Spielberg's cum will spark the next big movie franchise. They wanted Strange World, Elemental, and Ruby Gillman to succeed. And keep in mind, none of those aforementioned movies are complete ass. I actually watched all of them in theaters relatively close to their opening weekend, not because I necessarily thought they'd be good, but because if they were good, then I could ride that hipster high and pretend that I was more cultured than all you fucking normies because I watched them before they were cool. Yeah, turns out no one cared. But somewhere along the way, the process failed us. Ruby Gillman made jack shit at the box office despite all of the marketing afforded to it. Elemental, despite its second wing success, nearly crashed because all the ads focused on this little punk for some reason. And Strange World, they just fucking gave up, dude. And so begs the big question. Why do I only have 40k subscribers? According to you sexy bitches, my content is apparently pretty fire. Might be because I can only afford to post like one video a month, and my stupid pride prevents me from doing the whole sponsorship thing. But in that case, your guys' support is the only thing keeping this channel going. So please, join my Patreon and I'll give you exclusive access to drop your animation hot takes in my Discord server. Plus, you get to see all of my videos 3 days early before anyone else. Yeah, I know this whole segment disrupts the flow of the video and all that, and I apologize. But fuck it, Flaming Hot Cheetos don't pay for themselves, man. And so begs the real big question. Why do decent movies bomb? Obviously, it can't just be the marketing, because as I just pointed out, high advertising doesn't always correlate to high box office returns. So some other factors have got to be at play here, right? Well, yes and no. Look, I get it. We're all salty that hard-earned movies tank so hard and we all want to pin the blame on one single scapegoat. I've seen people point fingers at everything from the marketing, the premise, COVID-19, misleading trailers, the LGBTQIA+, streaming services, Bob Chapek, ticket prices, etc. fucking Retta. We keep throwing the book at whatever's most convenient, but if I may be so bold, I believe that the true reason for the decline of original movies is me. More specifically, you. No, wait, now hear me out. As a dude who's done the whole content creation thing for a while, as well as dabbled in user experience for a chunk of my life, the one thing I can confidently assert is that predicting human behavior is kind of a crapshoot. Film bros thought the OG Star Wars movie was gonna fail, and that definitely didn't happen. Merchandisers made a buttload of Isabella dolls when Encanto came out, but the gals all went for Miss Muscle Tits instead. You think the brony phenomenon was planned or something? Nah, man. That was all us. We made that shit happen, whether they wanted us to or not. Now, keep in mind, I am in no way saying that marketing is horseshit. Advertisers tend to get clowned on, but the fact of the matter is that marketers play a key role in making sure that great properties become goated properties. The Avatar franchise, not the blue people, would pretty much be dead in the water if it weren't for the whole Netflix resurgence thing, you know? So yeah, you need marketing. But the cold hard truth is that no matter how much you follow the trends, no matter how much you target your ads, no matter how much you try to game the algorithm, sometimes your idea just sucks. You can polish and prim and present a turd all you want, but at the end of the day, scat is never gonna be a socially acceptable fetish. It's hard enough trying to make something popular when the interests of the people change by the hour. Try predicting your audience 3 years in advance, and let's see how eager you are to spend a couple $100 million on the marketing. I'm just saying, if you have empirical proof that a movie you just released is failing big time, why would you as the distributor parent throw money away for extended theater showings when you could just release it to streaming early and earn more from the account conversions? If I was an amoral corporate executive sucking on the balls of capitalism, that's what I would do. Now, I realize this makes me all sound like a bootlicking shill trying to get in good with the suits, and I just want to clarify that I could never be that smart. If I were, I'd actually have a real job in animation instead of just talking about it on YouTube. I will always be a member of the Give Original Movies a Chance camp. But I also know what it's like to make a passion project, have it tank, and then having to fall back on a guaranteed revenue stream just so you can afford to make the things you really want in the future. As much as it makes me want to rip my teeth out, movie making is not just an art. It's a business. And it's a business that's kind of fucked right now. Marketing is some absolutely necessary shit, but it's not gonna make or break a movie, dude. It's just another cog in this crazy old process that we call filmmaking. It can't force people to go to the theaters, man. It just makes sure that the people who want to see the movie do see the movie, and that the people who complain about not knowing about a movie don't actually see it. And as someone who has no qualms about seeing a super obscure anime film in theaters with absolutely no one in it, I'm perfectly fine to have targeted ads extrapolate my most intimate private details in order to determine what I like. Because in reality, the only irrefutable, undeniable fault about these movies is that they canceled the Owl House. Okay, so I know I did the whole call to action thing already, so I'm gonna switch it up a little and try one of those survey things that everyone seems to like. So, you get to live in the lap of luxury with everything you could ever want. A big mansion, free healthcare, self-actualization, and all of the bitches and mansluts you could ever want. However, you must forever live in the world of the last series or movie you saw as a major supporting character. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked are you? Leave your answer in the comments, subscribe to my channel, and until then, stay tuned.